for the second semifinals. It is T1 against JDG, the team from the LCK playing with the whole crowd here in Busan standing right behind them, against the team from the LPL that wants to take the penultimate step on the golden road.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
And then we go for game number 1, T1 starting from the blue side with Zeus on the Aatrox, Ona on the Rel, Fake on the Orianna, Gumayoshi on the Jhin, and Carrier on the Bard. And for the heavyweight contender in the red corner, it is 369 on the Rumble, Kanavi on the Vine, Knight on the Akali, Rule on the Xayah, and Missing on the Alistar. And we will see Ona coming in for the first gank after he has cleared the top side camps on the sides of JDG. Now he's mounting up, the Rel knocks up 369 and the Rumble in a doomed situation. Burns everything but his flesh. It would be useless, first blood drawn by Zeus. And now we see Zeus again this time. He takes out 369 for his solo bolo. Second kill for the T1 top laner, while JDG could obtain the first dragon, and then we go for the first herald. It is 4 members of JDG in the pit, Zeus with infernal chains, and then the temperate fate by Carrier, followed up by Ona's magnet storm. It is huge, the equalizer rains down, and down will go both junglers. Also Zeus is burning down on 369. He will follow both top laners, both junglers down, but in the pit there are 3 sitting ducks, and Gumayoshi shoots one down, and then Carrier opens the gates to invite his whole family for a merry takedown of Knight. And now in we go, just a minute later, it is Kanavi lurking and the brush is coming out with a wall breaker. None of these 3 has his flesh up already, and so it is Zeus burning down slowly but surely. Well, Shelly is indulging in her demolishing hobby, and then we go for the next dragon. It is Kanavi about to secure it, but in flies Ona, steals the objective, and then it is Guma saying curtains up for my 3rd kill of the game. Down goes Kanavi, and we stick with the scene a little bit longer, because now it is Ona stepping in a little bit too deep, as it seems. Has to back away, he's burning, looking for some cooling in the river, but 369 shows no mercy. Takes out Ona despite the shockwave coming in from Faker, and now it is Carry on him, going for 369, missing with the knockback, but nonetheless the Rumble will go down, and now the Alistar about to be turned into beef burgers as well. It is a 2k gold lead now for T1, further increasing as Zeus will take the first turret gold in the top lane. Ona secures the second herald. Shelly will be summoned in the mid lane, but we take a look at the Dragon Pit. Both teams are positioning around it. Zeus looking for a flank angle, and then Carrier opens the gates. But who will follow? It is Ruler on the Xayah, and here he lets the feathers fly, and then Zeus flashing over the wall, but the cease and desist still comes through, and now Zeus, he finds himself in no man's land. He goes down. 369 is fending off Ona and Carrier. Carrier's getting low, he's ignited. Escapes through the portal like Gumayoshi. JDG wants to follow, but Ona cancels it with a magnet storm, and so down go 369 and Kanavi, but in comes Missing as well. Together with Knight, they take out Carrier. Well, Faker in the river finds the kill on Ruler, and now Ona and Guma against Knight and Missing. The Akali and the Alistar trying to escape through the jungle, but here's Faker on the Orianna. He cuts off the escape route and delays the retreat. The Spear hits for the follow-up route by the W of Guma. Ona is mounting up, knocks up Missing. He takes another hit, and then down he goes, and Knight, he tries to take out Guma, but he will be slain instead. And then it will be T1 securing the next dragon, and we take a look at Carrier going for a magical journey. The destination Missing. He's rooted by the follow-up W of Guma. Then he calls the curtain. Faker pulls him in with a shockwave, and down goes Missing on this turret that crumbles. Just like the T1 in the bot lane taken by Zeus. And now we take a look at Knight. He tries to dodge with his E, but the bar 2 connects. Ona crashes down, but the Akali survives, and now it is Kanavi going with the cease and desist for Guma, followed by Knight. The temperate fate stuns them, but down goes Guma. Knight with his ultimate escapes, but Kanavi will go down, and in the end it is a 1-for-1 and 2 turrets taken by T1. And now in we go for the first Baronesha. T1 about to burn it down, but then they disengage, looking for a pick and finding Kanavi. The temperate fate connects. Ona jumps in, followed by Faker and Zeus. 369 with the equalizer, but Zeus with infernal chains, he pulls in Kanavi, and then it is Guma again on the Jhin saying curtains up. Here comes the damage, and look how Zeus is shredding through the lines of JDG together with Faker. It is 4 kills already, and a triple kill for the top lane of T1. And his Missing goes down. This is a clean ace. T1, they have the minions, and now they're going for the Nexus, and they are about to take Game 1. Can JDG somehow fend them off? No, the Nexus is exposed. No chance to keep the LCK team from taking the lead in this series. Game number 2, both teams were switching sides as expected. This time it is JDG coming in from the blue side with 369 on the Cassante, Kanavi on the Vine, Knight on the Oriana, Ruler on the Kalista and missing on the Senna. And for T1 it is Zeus on Aatrox, Ona on Maokai, Fake on the Azir, Gumayushi on Caitlyn and Carrier on the Ashe. And we take a look at this level 1 invade by T1. Carrier's taking a huge chunk of damage by both marksmen. Has to activate his barrier, but also missing now at half HP. Zeus joins his team. Everybody at the Raptors pit, and T1 figuring out a plan how they will continue now. They're going for 369, they turn back to Missing. Missing is getting lower. Kanavi's challenging, goes in with the Vault Breaker, and Ona, he has hit level 2, and now he's going in with the Flash W onto Kanavi. Draws Frost Blood, gets taken out by Rule on the Kalista, but 2 more finds the kill on Missing. It's a 2-for-1 for T1 and the First Blood for the jungler. And we see him here, coming for the gank onto Ruler, goes in, roots him briefly. Ruler is low, but Carrier flashes in and takes the kill, and now he takes his Senna Q. He's so low, but Missing, he cannot go for the re-engage, but instead it is Kanavi trading back as much as he can. He takes out Ona, and no Carrier will be slain as well. Double kill for Kanavi. We see him here securing the first herald of the game. The first dragon goes to tier 1. Shelly then crashes into the mid lane outer turret of T1. And then it is the Nature's Grasp creeping in. It finds Missing, and Kanavi then a rooted Ruler and Knight in the vicinity, but in comes Zeus, Carrier and Gumayushi for the flank. Ruler knocks back Zeus with a Fate's Call, but we keep a look at both junglers. Kanavi and Ona are getting low and lower. Both are taken out. It's a trade 1-for-1. And then it will be first turret goal secured by JDG, while T1, they take the second dragon of the game. The bot lane out. The turret goes down on their sides as well. Shelly will be secured by them. She will be summoned in the mid lane to almost break the tier 1. It will be crumbling just moments later, and we're in 20 minutes into the game for the next dragon. Kanavi, Ruler and Missing about to be engaged on by an Ashe arrow and the twisted advance of Ona. He goes in. The Senna ultimate hits everybody. And Ona, in midst of the destruction, he goes down. And then it will be the Fate's Call. Spitting Missing at Zeus for the knockup. Down goes the top laner. No jungler. The front lane is gone. And JDG, they can use the tempo out of this one to tear down the tier 1 and take the Infernal Dragon. And with Baron already up, we go into this one. Kara will be pulled in by the Shockwave, gets away. But there's another target to be taken. It is Kanavi going in with the Cease and Desist, and they melt down Gumayushi, and now Kanavi and 369 are going for Ona as well, because they know when they can take out this jungler, there's a purple worm to be taken, and they will succeed. Kanavi will go down as well, so no jungler for JDG, but they still have the rend of the Kalista, and it will be enough to take the Baron buff. And now it is T1 looking for follow-up kills where they have no business to do so, and so down goes Carrier as well. Faker goes in desperately trying to take out Ruler, but he will find himself as well stumped into the mud, and now it is JDG taking the next dragon. Zeus counter pushing in the top lane, tearing down the tier 1, but JDG, they will tear down both inner turrets and bot and mid lane. And now it is a gold lead of roughly 7,000 for the LPL first seed as they trade in their bot lane tier 1 against the tier 2 in the top lane, and they would do so every day. With more than 31 minutes into the game, we take a look at Kanavi going in with a Flash Q, followed by the Cease and Desist, and then a dawning shadow of Missing, and Faker sent it to the great screen. Kanavi gets burnt down by Carrier and Gumayushi, but he has his GA. Comes out of it just to be sent to the fountain as well. But now there's Zeus in the stopwatch, and now Knight, he's getting in the crosshairs of Ona. He goes in with a Flash W into the Q, and down goes Knight. But 369, he's on a rampage. He takes out Zeus and Gumayushi, and then Missing with another double kill. It's an ace for JDG. And they tear down the inhibitor on the mid lane. They take the next purple worm, and now they have a gold lead of 11,000 going for the base of T1. They want to tie this series, and now they're going for it. The inhib falls in the top lane. They return to take Soul Point. It's the third Infernal Dragon already. And here we are back at the base of T1 that is about to be laid in ashes. The last standing inhib turret is crumbling. The last inhibitor, Kanavi, is already at the Nexus turret, but JDG, they cannot find an angle for the end. And so they retreat for another time. 369 caught, but he escapes. and here they come back. 37.5 minutes into the game, T1 looking for a final engage. The flank by Zeus comes in. He tries to go for Knight, but he goes into the stopwatch. Engage denied, and Ona and Zeus, all they did was lose half of the HP. The Aatrox is going into the GA. Gumayushi turns golden as well, and this is going to be the end. Guma, Fake, and Ona already gray screen. Zeus follows. Carrier as well for final ace. And JDG, they tie this series, coming back with a textbook performance.
Losing control, losing control. I'm gonna explode. Can you bring it back to me?
Game number 3, T1 coming in from the true side, blue side, with Zeus on the Aatrox, Ona on the Rel, Fake on the Zia, Gumayushi on the Callista, and Carrier on the Renata. And for JDG, it is 369 on the Renekton, Kanavi on the Wukong, Knight on the Talia, Ruler on the Varus, and Missing on the Ashe. And then we go for level 2 gank, led by Kanavi on the Wukong, going for Gumayushi, and Guma, he will be burned down by Carrier, he ignites Ruler, and Missing, he's taking a fatal turret shot, and Carrier flashes over the wall to take out Ruler for a double kill on the Renata. The first dragon will be taken by T1, and we're going for the first Herald. And Faker dashing in will be stopped by the Unraveled Earth. He's taking so much damage, the Emperor's Divide won't help him. Kanavi takes the kill, comes in with the Cyclone, and now 369 getting lower. Carrier on a killing spree with a third kill. Handshake on Kanavi, but Kanavi goes in looking for Ona. Both junglers are getting low, and Ona, he will keep the upper hand until Knight shoves him back, and then it will be Missing with the kill. And Knight now low, looking and finding an escape over the walls. It's a 2-for-2, and the Herald in the pockets of Carrier, and now we see Zeus dived under the turret. No chance to escape the deathly Cyclone, and Ona, he will then take the second dragon of the game, and now we see a dive under the tier 1, and on the bottom right screen you see Missing firing a crystal arrow across the map, and it connects to Zeus. Faker took out 369, but now the top lane of T1 trapped under the turret in the bailout. Can he find Kanavi? No, he can't, and so it is another even trade, and on the way back it is Carrier summoning the Rift Herald. It will crush into the tier 1, but the first turret gold will be secured on the other side of the map. JDG, they break the first turret just before their tier 1 in the top lane crumbles. Shelly then secured for another time by T1 and summoned in the mid lane while the fight for the next dragon is on. The Talia Weaver's wall cutting off Ona, but look at Ona now, flashing over the Ash Arrow, followed by the Emperor's Divide of Faker. Legendary play. T1, they burst Knight, and Missing into the grey screen. Kanavi with a Cycling can only do so much. Ona even secures the dragon, and now 369, the Renekton, will be swimming belly up in the river. And thanks to Ona and Faker, T1 with a clean 3-for-nothing trade. A tower, a dragon, and the next turret crumbling in the top lane as well. And now the Zeus finding Ruler, checking his shopping cart. And the Varus will go down. Kanavi comes in trying to save the day, but all he will find is a massive chunk of damage thrown to his forehead. He almost got taken out as well. Carrier with a hostile takeover, eating away a huge chunk of life bar from Knight. And now T1 going for the Baron. Kanavi just too low to go for steal. He tries to heal himself at the red buff. Knight and 369 are coming around. The Baron is taken. Kanavi jumps into the pit still, but he will be evaporated. Guma and Carrier got out there, and now this 369 on the retreat. Ona and Zeus coming in for the chase down, followed by Carrier and Guma. The dominus of the Renekton is huge. He slices and dices, stays alive, flashes out of there. 369 is still going, and from the backside it is Knight and Missing, taking out Carrier. JDG about to turn this one around. Ona now trapped in between death and destruction. Faker tried to get the kill on Knight and Missing, but he has to back away. And now it is the next dragon, potential Dragon Soul 41. Ona trapped in the pit by the Weaver's wall. And now 369 coming in with a slice and dice into the W stun. He's pulled him by the seismic shaft, tries to go for the dragon, but he's knocked out. And Kanavi sacrifices his life to take this dragon away from T1. Hell am I sweating just from commentating this banger game. T1, they're now looking to find one more. Knight with the Unraveled Earth. 369 goes in with a slice and dice, but then immediately T1 they turn as they see Missing, mispositioned on the Ashe without without any mobility. He's an easy target and taken out. And far from being a power play, the Baron buff is now run out. We see Kanavi against Zeus, but also missing, again being the target in between Ona and Faker. His screen loses all his color. Another kill for T1, and in we go. 27.5 minutes. We see the Ash Arrow connecting to Ona. He's pulled him by the seismic shove. The Cyclone and then Ruler with his third kill of the game. The T1 jungler's taken out. The Baron is up. JDG, they're now looking to take the purple worm or to find another kill onto the isolated Zeus, trapped in the enemy jungle, isolated all alone. The Aatrox, the world will end for him on JDG. Without any risk, they can now take the Baron buff, but T1 without any contest as well, they can take Cloud Soul. 29 minutes into the game, we see the tier 1 crumbling on the sides of T1. The Ash Arrow flies in and Guma flashes it. And this is so important because he could have been picked and killed, but instead he stays alive for this very moment. The tier 2 is crumbling, but now take a look at Faker with the Shurima Shuffle. He knocks back Ruler into the Flash Magnet Storm of Ona. The Varus is taken out. Kanavi and 369 trying to find the backline, but the damage is not enough. Kanavi turns golden just to be killed after he comes out of the stasis, just like 369 who goes down. And Zeus finds the kill on Knight as well. It's an ace for T1. And now they turn in for the victory lap. They will take game 3 and proceed towards match point.
Losing control, I'm gonna explode. Can you bring it back to me?
The golden road for JDG in grave danger, but they come in from the winning blue side with 369 on the Aatrox, Kanavi on the Belveth, Knight on the Orianna, Rule on the Zeri, and missing on the Lulu. And for T1 reaching for the finals, it is Zeus on the Yoni, Ona on the J4, Fake on the Azir, Gumayushi on the Varus, and Carry on the Bard. 7 minutes into the game, the first dragon already up at Knight. He's stunned by the Bard Q. Ona follows with a drag and drop, knocks him up. He's ignited. Ona getting low as well. Both will trade their lives. Fake and Ruler pick up the kills, and then it is Carry inviting everybody to a magical journey, and they're going for Faker. Carrier's getting away, but Faker, without a flash, he will fall to the feet of Ruler for the second kill on the Zeri. This is exactly what you need. And we saw JDG collecting the first hold of the game, and then they spot Faker in the jungle isolated. He gets knocked up, polymorphed, takes the Ultra Shock laser off the Zeri, and then down he goes. Kanavi takes his first kill of the game. The Herald is then summoned in the top lane. The first dragon will be secured by T1, and we're already in for the second Herald. Both junglers are readying their smite, but it will be secured by Kanavi. Then we skip another 2 minutes to see T1 taking the second dragon of the game. Shelly crashing into a golden turret, not dealing any damage. The Temperate Fate by Carrier protects the tower. Zeus goes in and out with his Yoni E, and then Carrier knocked up by the bell with W, pulled in with a shockwave and taken out. But then Ona with a Cataclysm, he traps Kanavi under the turret. Down goes the jungler of JDG as well. It's a trade 1-for-1. And then it will be 2 turrets taken by JDG in top and mid lane. Faker answers back with the bot lane outer turret. Now we see him here taking the top lane tier 1 as well. But in the meantime, it will be their bot lane outer turret crumbling. And it is Carrier a little bit mispositioned, all alone in the jungle. The Shockwave and the Ruler coming in for the kill on the Bard. And now JDG pushing the mid lane, going for the turret. Kanavi dashing in, but he's rooted by the chains of corruption. The Hell of Arrows connects. Kanavi at half HP already has to make his way out of there. He's flashing over the walls, but there's Zeus predicting that the Beowulf will come to find an end by the blade in his hands. The fate is sealed for the jungle of JDG. And T1, they immediately turn to burn the purple worm. 369 and Knight are coming in, but T1 there too fast. Clean highway robbery for the LCK second seed. And now we're in for the next dragon. Ona and Kanavi around the pit. It will be secured by Ona. And now Kanavi's going in for Ona together with 369, but Ona dragon drops into safety while Kanavi's getting incredibly low. He's ignited. The Emperor Survive pulls and missing. But now we take a look at Kanavi on the bottom screen. He walks straight into a Zen Soldier. And then it is Ona going in for Rulo. Comes out of the stasis of Carrier's ultimate. But then the Zeri laser almost takes him out. But on the sides of JDG, it is blinking health bars all over the place. Gumayushi finds the kill on 369 Knight. He was taken out by Faker off screen. And T1, they will tear down the tier 1 in the mid lane as well. And as we come out of the replay, we see Ruler in the stasis of the Temperate Fate coming out. Zeus unbounds his soul, goes for it. Has to back away before he goes down. Kanavi goes in, but he's taking a huge chunk of damage. And then it is Ona with the Cataclysm and Faker collecting the kill. Can I please take some breath? No, I can't. The tier 2 is crumbling, and then we go for the river. It could be potential Dragon Soul for T1. And we take a look at Kanavi. Again, he's ignoring all the Sand soldiers standing around him. Down goes the jungler. Down goes the chance to deny Dragon Soul. But Ruler, being a glimmer of hope, he takes out Kara, but he will be taken out in return by Gumayushi on the Varus. And he takes the double kill on 369. T1. They snowball this game out of reach. They take Dragon Soul, and they take the Purple Worm. And now they have everything at hand to tear apart the golden road that JDG has paved out throughout all the year. They are going for the base. The top lane inhibitor, it goes down. The inhibitor will follow. They roam towards the mid lane. And we see the structure crumbling in the base of the LPL first seed. Every bit of structure is shattering, torn into pieces. Now the Nexus turrets are under attack. Both are gone. The Nexus is exposed. What could JDG do? A final desperate engage, but the Emperor's Divide shuffles back all the hope of JDG, and T1 in front of all the Busan crowd cheering for them. They will proceed to the finals of the 2023 Worlds.